Hello and welcome back to another stream of AC Revelations as part of our historical order run. We're gonna be starting with this playthrough today and continuing the timeline 4 years after we ended last time with Brotherhood and sequence 9 of that game, killing Cesare Borgia in 1507. We now made our way to 1511. And we're gonna join Ezio on a journey into another country entirely, into another empire. He's going to the Ottomans in, today Istanbul, back then called Constantinople in Turkish. And gonna try to uncover connections to Altair and of course the first Assassin's Creed, which took place during the Third Crusade in 1191. So there's going to be some time jumps between Ezio and Altair, and the game initially has been kind of like designed around the idea of having equal parts to each character. With time, the game developed into being more of an Ezio sequel, with like little, tidbits of Altair's story in between. But it's gonna be the first game really to have these massive kind of time jumps within the game itself. Now the focus will definitely be on Ezio's timeline in 1511, but it's still gonna give us more insight into Ezio's story beyond 1191, which is where largely the first AC took place in. And I'm just gonna go and check some settings. Looks all good to me. And yeah, similar to AC Brotherhood, we're gonna do the full sync requirements for pretty much every mission in the game. I did research every side mission and main mission and kind of place them in the order of what month, day or year they take place in. Now granted, this game really only takes place over 2 years, between 1511 to 12. So it's definitely mostly down to the months and days. There's not going to be like a huge passage of time, similar to AC2, for instance. Now, Brotherhood took place about 7.5 years, which is decent. But there are Revelations being much shorter in terms of how much time is passing. It's also probably the shortest out of the 3 games overall, in terms of like how much content and missions you have. Which I don't think is a bad thing, I feel like it's good for Revelations. They had a more focused game. Because they also had a pretty short developing cycle. It was the shortest out of the 3 games. So it was probably good they decided to focus more on the, main story and less on like sprawling side content with lots of guild contracts and stuff. Even if they would have been nice to have, Amazing music there. So it's actually the first game where Lorne Balfe joined the composing team together with Jesper Kyd. Jesper Kyd, he's done mostly the ambient soundtrack. And Lorne Balfe got kind of hired to work on the cinematic cutscene soundtrack. And the theme, being like one of them. I guess they liked his music so much he ended up doing the soundtrack for AC3 all by himself.
We can keep him like this for a few days, maybe a week.
Call ahead. Tell him we're on our way.
As soon as we're clear.
Desmond Miles. Your life has changed so much in so little time. 2 months ago, you were pouring shots for bankers and celebrities. But now look at you. You're an assassin. One of us. One of the good guys. Isn't that nice? Men and women dedicated to protecting and preserving human life and liberty. Not like those Templars. Cold and calculating autocrats, drunk on power, obsessed with order, all that. We're doing our best to stop them. Yeah. Doing our best. But you remember all this, right? You remember the Animus, the machine we used to unravel genetic memories and relive the lives of our ancestors? First, you were Altair, a stoic 12th century assassin from the Holy Land. Then, you were Ezio Auditore, a wealthy Italian with charisma and a talent for revenge. So, what do you three have in common? That's right, the Apple of Eden. That strange artifact left behind by those people. The ones who came before. You know the Apple's power. You felt it for yourself. Oh, it's been fun, hasn't it, Desmond? But that's about to change. Your mind is fragmented, falling to pieces. And if you don't find a way to wake up, you may lose yourself. Forever.
Okay, I shut down the Animus monitoring system to free up a lot of memory, but even like this, it's still risky.
Desmond will be fine. The partition worked, the Animus is stable, and his signs are good.
For now. But this was built to recreate memories, not simulate entire cognitive processes.
The Animus will do its part, and Desmond will do the rest.
What's happening? I can't move. I can't. No! Hello?
It looks so different. That's because they had to change his character model, essentially. They didn't have a license anymore for the initial Desmond/Ezio model, so they had to completely change it for Revelations.
Just walk right
Look at that, look! 16?
No, they didn't tell you my name.
God damn it, I'm still in the Animus?
What a shock you suffered out there.
Rebecca! Get me out of here.
They can't help you, Desmond. You're a broken man. Your mind, it's... broken.
Broken. I feel fine.
So did I. Hey! Look at me now! Let's talk, buddy. Walk with me.
What is this place?
It's nice, isn't it? We're in the guts of the Animus. The original test program. No memories here, just basic physics, weather simulations. Hello, world. You're lucky someone up there had the sense to plug you in here. It saved your life.
Saved it from what?
Right now, you should be sitting in a hospital ward, drooling and chewing on your tongue. For now, the Animus is keeping you intact. Keeping all your ancestors from collapsing into one big mess. But if you can't find a sync nexus, all those personalities will smash together. And that won't be pretty.
A sync nexus?
I'm getting there, hold on. There. That thing is your way out.
You're screwing with me.
Here's the problem. Your brain is hash. Too many ghosts in your head, too many voices. So how do you fix that? You claw your way back into the stored data, you find unfinished memories, and you crack them open. Finish what you started, until your ancestor has nothing left to show you. That is a sync nexus. And when you find it, the Animus can separate Desmond from Ezio and Altair and send you home. Back to your body.
How do you know all this?
Because it happened to me. But my body, it's worm food now. So I'm stuck here. A word of warning? when you step through there, everything changes. Nothing feels normal. But you are still in control, and it's up to you to find your way out.
Right.
If you hurry, you might make it back in time for Lucy's funeral.
What?
Oh. I thought you knew.
Lucy. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. It was that voice. Juno. She took hold of me. She made me. What am I doing? What have I done?
Yeah, Aura. Hate when that happens. When you accidentally stab your coworker. Welcome in everyone. How's it going today, Aura? Citizen?
Citizens?
And hello, Dr. Darling. How are you today? Wasn't the bot this time. Unless Aura has been a bot this whole time. Don't you hate it when that happens? What exactly, Zom?
It's Sean. Sean, what's going on?
Let me talk to him.
Did you... Hold on, I'm putting you on speaker.
Sean, it's William. Is everything taken care of?
Oh, well, hello to you too. For Christ's sakes, man, have some class.
All right, calm down.
Oh, that's rich. Yeah, Lucy's dead, and you want me to act like it's Easter Sunday, do you? How's Desmond, anyway? Kipping in?
That's enough, Sean.
What if he's a Templar, Bill? Eh? What if he's been programmed? It's happened before.
No, not Desmond.
Right. Yeah, you would say that.
Sean.
I mean, you can't really blame Sean for thinking that, because yeah, it's not the first time that an assassin, someone they thought they could trust, had been actually programmed and manipulated by the Templars to infiltrate the assassins and then, you know, kill someone in power. Or someone important. And they don't know what Desmond has seen. It's not like Desmond can explain himself either, because he's kind of like stuck in coma. So all around, Desmond's pretty effed.
Claudia, my dearest sister. I have been in Acre a week now, safe and in high spirits, but prepared for the worst. The men and women who have fed and sheltered me here also give me warning that the road to Masyaf is overrun by mercenaries and bandits, not native to this land. What this could mean, I dread to guess. When I first set out from Roma 10 months ago, I did so with a single purpose: to discover what our father did not. In a letter written the year before my birth, he makes mention of a library hidden beneath the stones of Masyaf Castle. A sanctum full of invaluable wisdom. So what will I find when I arrive there? Who will greet me? A host of eager Templars, as I fear most strongly. Or nothing but the whistling of a cold and lonely wind. Masyaf has not been home to the assassins for almost 300 years now. Can we still claim it for our own? Are we welcome there? I am wary of this fight, Claudia. Not because I am tired, but because our struggle seems to move in one direction only, towards chaos. Today, I have more questions than answers. This is why I've come so far. To find clarity. To find the wisdom left behind by the great Altair. So that I may better understand the purpose of our fight. And my place in it. Should anything happen to me, Claudia, should my skills fail me, or my ambition lead me astray, do not seek retribution or revenge in my memory, but fight to continue the search for truth, so that all may benefit. My story is one of many thousands, and the world will not suffer if it ends too soon.
And where we are? Masyaf, March 1511. Yeah, what a great introduction. Was pretty cool, I think, as a choice to combine the cinematic trailer with the introduction of the game. Because it's the first time that the CGI trailer is kind of like canon to what's really happening, you know? In terms of like, this is like really part of the game other than, you know, showcasing something you don't actually do exactly in the game. So also in the sense of like having a shorter development cycle, I reckon was like a good opportunity to utilize that, you know, as part of the game really. Turn off the health meter, the controls. And yeah, it works.
Top to bottom! I want him dead! Dead they are! I'm going to dig your heart out with a shovel and feed it to you! Damn this blizzard! It could be anywhere! What the hell are you standing around for? Make yourself useful!
I not heard looting a bit at the start of the game. I mean, we actually have some bullets now. That's helpful. Always cool getting to see Masyaf during the winter time, since you don't really, you know, get to see any of that in AC1. You know, it's kind of funny thinking about that this was actually planned to be built like this, that you could easily drop through there into the water. But yeah, it seems a bit excessive. It's also funny that Ezio kind of doesn't wait until it's like destroyed to actually, you know, see if it's enough to, you know, make a dent into it. He just trusts into it. Like a true leap of faith. Okay, just want to have a look what the optional objective here is. If there is any. Ah, Ezio. Indeed, sniped. I gotta love all the range projectile weapons that Ezio has. The poison darts, the pistol, the throwing knives, and then of course the crossbow later. That might be a cool challenge in the future, just only use like ranged equipment. kill people.
Be merciful, please. I am a working man with a family.
Doing what kind of work?
Digging mostly. It took me a year to find this chamber. And for the past 3 months, I've been trying to break through this door.
You've not made much progress.
I have not made a dent. This stone is harder than steel.
I doubt you will. This door is guarding objects more valuable than all the gold in the world.
Oh, do you mean gemstones?
There are keyholes here. What are the keys?
These Templars found one beneath the Ottoman Sultan's palace. As for the others, I suppose the little book will tell them.
What book?
A journal of some kind. That ugly captain, he carries it with him wherever he goes.
Go home. Find work with honest men.
Oh, I would love to leave this place. But these men, they will murder me if I try.
Pack your tools.
The liberation of Masyaf has begun. He can be our first assassin. A journal of some kind. A mysterious journal has brought the Templars to Masyaf. Find the Templar captain and recover it. Foes sink, do not fail a single tale.
The assassin must not get his hands on that book. When we reach Leandros, we will escort him out of the village. You stay behind and make sure we're not followed.
Yeah, that's him. And Barnabas. And also Cesare Borgia. Which is kind of funny that he, you know, just been like voicing one of the villains essentially. Hello there, Wicked. That's true, could be good to have like a bit of an extra constraint on top of the rain challenge, especially in a game where you have like so many different tools and potentially...
None of you leave until the assassin is dead. Do you understand?
Ignore me, Kirilo, but he seems to have found us.
Panic! Panic!
Insta achievement.
He's behind us! There! You see him? What are you doing? Down. Die, you bastard!
Hello there, Ave. Welcome into it. And good evening. What the hell is going on in here? Oh, you know, just chasing a carriage on the ground. Nothing major.
Run, you stupid brute! Move! Where are you, bastard? Yeah! Closer! Get closer! Closer! Move! Wait! Not okay!
Exactly, Ave. Off to a good start in the week.
I have it!
It's going pretty good, Ave. Thank you for asking. Had a pretty busy day over here, so kind of glad to just, you know, relax a bit with some AC. hope you also had a good day, Ave. Jesus Christ. So this is mostly about just surviving, honestly. Can't really destroy the Templar Captain's carriage.
Take this! Die, you bastard! Stop him! Stop him!
Take your eyes off this road for a moment. Do you understand me? Nothing gets through.
Leandros! There!
Well, well. Look what crawled out of its hole to die. He's at death's door. Finish him off. Bring me his head, or throw yourselves into the canyon.
A wounded ego. The Templar Captain Leandros has left you to die. Find and cure him, then retrieve the journal. Full sync, cure at least 5 guards from a haystack.
Used to be so easy.
Yeah, you're not the youngest anymore, Ezio. I mean, at this point, he's like... I mean, he's well into his 50s. Like early 50s or so. And living the life of an assassin, you know, is quite some heavy labor if you think about it, so... His bones should be pretty fucked at this point.
Citizen!
Citizen! Hello there, Mita. Welcome in, dude. How was the rest of Witcher 3 today? The Quencher adventures? And yeah, it's going pretty good. Made a start on Revelations here. We're currently about to finish the first sequence of our first Templar target. Right now we're in Masyaf. Gonna have to kill 5 guards from a haystack for the full sync requirement here, so that's quite a lot actually. That's number 1. Yeah, come, go over here.
I know that man.
Fuck. Okay. That's free. Follow me. I'm pretty sure we can get them all into the first haystack, honestly. Then we don't have to worry about the rest of the mission doing it. And they take ages actually to detect here. Look at him. He's taking like half a minute to realize that I'm suspicious. I guess I really wanted to make the start a bit easier on people. Number 4. Poor Grandpapa Ezio's O-bones ain't what they used to be, pretty much. I mean, it's kind of funny because Brotherhood already starts with like Ezio being called old and, you know, in his age, you know, he shouldn't be doing certain stuff. And now we're like, you know, more than 10 years later. That's definitely fair, Mita. Yeah, I reckon there's gonna be a couple of those sessions where you just are gonna be mostly busy just uncovering smaller locations. But I hope you still had fun with it and are still enjoying, you know, the whole Nohat approach. Oh, that's alright, Ave. No worries. But yeah, I'm definitely doing alright. Had a bit of a busy day, so you know, I'm just happy to unwind a bit with some games tonight. But yeah, I hope you know, you're having a good day yourself. Yeah, that took just ages for him to detect us. But I really reckon for the start they didn't want to make it like overly difficult to stealth around. Not to be too punishing on people. That's I think also a distance thing, like the further you are away from people. Does this count? It does. Nice, that's a high profile haystack assassination. Technically you gain, you know, more distance that way, and it still considers it to be like a haystack assassination. But yeah, that finishes the objective. Now we can just finish the mission. Yeah, he's busy. Had a couple drinks before the shift. Nice, Amita. I'm glad to hear that. I really liked it too. I think the sense of exploration is really good, you know, because there's just so many events to uncover, like on the road, and especially the whole no fast traveling, I think really fits well with the Nohat as well. Because it just makes you naturally, you know, uncover the world and find even more, you know, events and question marks and quests that way. How many kills do you think old boy Ezio racked up in his lifetime? I would say a couple thousand, honestly.
Or am I in charge of an army of drunks swinging sticks? Right this way, Ezio. Nowhere left to run now!
Not for me, and not for you.
Kill that dog! Cut him down!
I mean, question is like, do you mean how many deaths he's responsible for, like directly for his actions, or did he like kill with a hidden blade or something? And like, you know, traditional weaponry? Because for instance, you could make a case for Ezio having killed or being responsible for the death of a few people in the whole Cappadocia incidents. And then of course, you know, he's been part of like quite a few battles within cities with like tons of guards. And then, you know, all the assassination targets he had. I'd probably say it's above 1,000. Realistically speaking. Oh yeah, Ava? Yeah, I fear that. I wasn't really ready this morning to return, you know, back to the grind of work. Plus, not really having slept quite as much as I maybe should have.
That dulls the pain.
We're glad to hear that you're doing good otherwise, though. That must make even the busiest serial killer blush. Yeah, I mean, the only one that could keep up with that is Dexter from the TV series.
Okay, you remember yesterday? What was that happened?
What happened here? There he is!
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely John Wick type of character in a way. You know, going out for revenge. John Wick also lost his wife, and then the dog reminding him of his wife. Also likes to go on a good killing spree. Crashing some parties. Kill some mobsters. Malakas? Malaka, he's on fucking fire.
What does it take to kill you, eh? Why will you not die?
You are utterly ridiculous.
Don't you ever stop howling.
Well, the old hound still has a bite.
The book you carry, where is it?
Niccolo Polo's journal. This will do you no good. Not now. We have found one of the Masyaf keys already, and are closing in on the rest.
What is in that library is not for you, not for the Templars.
You can have Altair's books, Ezio. We only want guidance. We only want directions. To the location of the Grand Temple.
Grand Temple? Tell me more, now. Requiescat in pace, bastardo.
It is a remarkable piece of work. Feel the material, hard as steel, but very light.
You really want to be fooling with that thing?
I do. I absolutely do. I have been waiting a long time to get my hands on one of these.
Okay, you're making me nervous, Bill.
Don't be. I don't think I have the right genes to properly wield it.
Oh, but Desmond, you think he does?
What the hell just happened?
You were snooping, wandering outside the Desmond partition. So once the Animus located you, it pulled you back here. It's just following orders. Like a fail-safe program. Trying to keep your poor head intact, whether you like it or not.
What are you doing here exactly?
Playing. Learning. Waiting. A lot of waiting. I keep the Animus distracted as best I can. For you, so you can explore. Otherwise it might hunt you down like a little virus and, delete you.
Well, my guardian angel.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, Thanks.
Sean, it's me. What's happening?
Are you at the airport?
Yeah, we're chartering a jet. Are you coming?
Yes, yeah. I'll be there soon.
Good.
They buried her already.
I heard.
The little cemetery outside Rome. Nice place.
God, things got so fucked up so fast.
Is Desmond still out?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of brain activity, but with the monitoring system shut down, we can't record anything.
Well, keep me posted, okay? I'll see you soon.
It really seems like Sean is the one taking it the hardest. You know that Lucy has been killed. At least at this stage. And that's definitely a bit surprising considering that Lucy and him, they weren't like the closest, you know. I would say Rebecca might have been probably closer to Lucy. According to some of the emails that you can read in Brotherhood. But yeah, Sean definitely quite cared for her. To talk more about direct assassinations of guards and citizens. Yeah, then in that case, I'm not too sure if it would actually have been in the thousands. I mean, he's been part of so many battles. I think he might have actually gotten there, but yeah, would have been interesting to kind of like analyze and make like an estimate, you know. Maybe compare between the different characters. I have a feeling that Edward might be the one having racked up the most kills or something. Given like how much boarding he's performed between, you know, all the ships. Because in order to actually max out your ejector, which canonically is what happens, I guess, you would have to do a whole lot of pirating and boarding. Malaka, thank you for the luck, Ave. Wasn't Desmond Miles' dad some kind of cowed guy, and Desmond grew up in this kind of commune? You think that was mentioned in the puzzle missions where you have to use these platforms to build your way out of a maze? Indeed. Yeah, there's Desmond Journey, and you can start Desmond Journey from these steelies here. In order to start each of them, you have to collect a certain amount of data fragments within the game world with Ezio. But I'm not sure if they might be unlocked by default on the Ezio collection. They might be. And yeah, that gives you lots of insight into Desmond's way of growing up, you know, and how they've been trained in like an isolated place out in the woods, you know, completely detached from society, and they are basically being fed information about how the world is supposed to be and how the Templars are controlling it and how dangerous it would be for them to actually step into that world. And, you know, because they would be able to find you in an instant, pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much what happens to Desmond, you know, when he's not believing the assassins and is like leaving the place, going to New York City, and essentially, you know, being detected there and brought to the Abstergo labs. But yeah, if I was in Desmond's shoes, I probably would have also tried to escape, you know, because you would have to make that experience yourself, I guess. You can't just let people believe something without them experiencing something. But yeah, could have been a lethal experience, that's for sure. It's Croquetzio. It is. Hello there, Sir Oliver. Welcome in. And good evening. How's it going today? Oh, Sean. You'll put Shay in top collateral ends. Yeah, I mean, you know, his action being responsible for the downfall. I still have a hard time saying it's like, you know, Shay's fault, as in, you know, it would have happened either way kind of scenario. I mean, I reckon another assassin in his place, you know, would have caused that. It was really more like the fact of being ordered there to interact with it. So I feel like it's also like a collateral, it's a bit of a collateral kind of like guilt, I guess. But yeah, I mean, you know, he still caused it and he still ends up blaming himself, which is understandable. But yeah, I mean, the destruction of that city. And who knows how many people actually died there. I'm not actually sure how many people died in that earthquake, but I'm sure we're gonna find out once we play Rogue. Hello from Romania. Oh, you're in Romania, are you? Oh no, that's like an inside joke between you guys, isn't it? Because someone thought you were like from Romania or something, wasn't it? Yeah, I can only imagine how it would be like to actually grow up in a couch, you know, but putting myself into Desmond's shoes, I still would have probably also tried to escape from there, honestly. You know, I wouldn't have believed him either. And, I mean, who would, right? Like, it's definitely a bit of an outrageous thought that there's like a secret organization that controls like every aspect of society. I mean, surely, you know, there's many people and organizations having influence, but, you know, that there's like this one evil corporation or something. You know, that's the thing. I mean, so much about Assassin's Creed is just playing conspiracy theories, so the fact that Desmond doesn't believe that is just natural. Especially if he hasn't made any experiences otherwise. Work the evening, gotta wake up early again tomorrow. I gotcha. Yeah, that's definitely fair. So, when will you be hitting the Haven today? Or when do you have to like wake up? I'm glad to hear that you're going good, Oliver. I hope you also had a good time going out the other night. Yeah, we're on the crook couch, isn't it? crooked cult. That's true. Yeah, the cult of Sobek. You do actually come in contact with that in Assassin's Creed Origins, in the Curse of the Pharaohs DLC. And then of course you have cities like Crocodilopolis, where they primarily, you know, praise Sobek. There's like statues everywhere and stuff. $6 AM. Yeah, that's quite early. I'm not much of a morning person myself. But that's mostly because I just can't go to sleep before a certain time. Like, I couldn't really go to sleep before midnight at the earliest. But of course, you know, it's like definitely something you can get used to. But I don't know, I feel like if I go to bed before midnight, I feel like I'm missing out or something. Feels like weird for me to kind of like go to bed that early in the evening. So I probably just have to live with like 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Indeed Saint. Yeah, it's my hometown in Origins. And then in Black Flag we have Crooked Island. My home island. Yeah, exactly, Aura. Not much of a morning person. Yeah, I mean, that's fair too, you know, like, if you're like really like a morning person, then, you know, I can feel like you're getting like a head start on the day or something. Waking up early before others. But it's really interesting, you know, how people are really like certain types in terms of like, you know, being morning or like night persons. Some people can really function much better, you know, at certain time slots of a day. Fair enough, Aura. Yeah. Just like a tired person in general.
Dear sister, Masyaf is overrun by a battery of Templars, and their motive is clear. They desire the secrets locked away in Altair's library. Secrets they believe will lead them to something called the Grand Temple. Whether or not this is true, I do know the library is real. I have seen its door for myself. But none can enter, not without 5 keys which were sent to Constantinople with Niccolo Polo almost 300 years ago. Claudia, I must find these keys. The Templars have already located one, and I do not know how difficult it will be to find the others. Only time, skill, and a bit of luck will tell.
A bit of luck? Why don't you just make your own luck then? And we're greeted with the first database entry with historical relevance. You go to bed around 10 to 11 PM on the weekends and you wake up at 10 AM the next day and then you nap. It's obscene. That's definitely a lot of sleep. I wouldn't mind actually getting that amount sometimes. I can't actually sleep more than a certain amount though. Like 8 hours is my max. After that I'm just awake and I definitely can't go further. You know, a morning person would become a morning person provided the right job and the right pay. You bet they do a backflip out of bed. A leap of faith out of a bed. For like $1 million every day. I mean, sure. For that amount I would learn a backflip out of a bed every morning. Hello there, Zomb. Welcome in. And good day. How's it going? Where Shardsley? He's just about to initiate Shay into the Templar Order. The Golden Horn, or Halij, meaning waterway, is an estuary flowing into the Bosphorus strait that biscuits Constantinople into its northern and southern halves. Because of its breadth and depth, the Golden Horn has served as a natural harbor since the days of ancient Byzantium. In 1502, after the cessation of violence between Ottomans and Venetians, Sultan Bayezid II invited the famous Florentine Leonardo da Vinci to submit a design for a bridge that would span a 250-meter wide section of the Golden Horn. Upon seeing Leonardo's design, however, the Sultan felt the project was too ambitious and scrapped the idea. 4 years later, Bayezid extended the same invitation to a young artist named Michelangelo, but Michelangelo, being an avowed rival of Da Vinci's, refused the Sultan's invitation outright, evidently incensed that Leonardo had been asked first. That's quite a bit of drama there. Rod would do a leap of faith out of bed. It was so funny when I saw that message that he accidentally wrote that he's doing a leap of faith challenge with Tomb Raider instead of a leap of faith challenge. It's like the challenge is that every jump you make has to be a fail, otherwise you have to restart again. You would never get to finish a playthrough. Hello there, Coffee, welcome in. And good day, how's it going? So who built it? Well, that's a question, isn't it? I guess no one really, because it was only like a design that was submitted. And, you know, that particular bridge just wasn't built. I guess, you know, others have been in the meantime, but this particular one, you know, that they wanted to have built, at least according to database, it doesn't say anything about another one taking over and finishing it. It's definitely an entertaining challenge, that's for sure. May 1511.
A magnificent sight.
It is a work in progress.
No city in Europa has a skyline quite like this.
Well, to be precise, that is Europa. That is Asia.
Ah, some borders even the Ottomans cannot move.
Very few. You are Italian by the sound of it, but your outfit is not. Have you been traveling long?
Si, da molto tempo. I left Rome 12 months ago, looking for inspiration. And that search brought me here. When I was a child, my father told me stories about the fall of Constantinople.
You must mean the conquest of Constantinople. I suppose the moral of any story matches the temper of the man telling it.
That we can agree on.
Güzel. Constantinople is a city for all kinds and creeds. Students like me or travelers such as yourself. I have so much work to return to, but it is good to be home.
Work? When I was your age, my interests were mainly salve.
Incredible. I am surprised you got anything done.
As was my mother.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, Bey Effendi. I hope you find something to hold your interest here.
I have faith I will.
Yardım edebilir miyim efendim?
Grazie, dear boy.
A scholar and a gentleman. You are full of surprises.
Very few, my friend. Eksik olmayın.
Hoş geldin kardeşim. Unless the legend is a lie, you are the man I long to meet. Renowned master and mentor. Ezio Auditore de la.
Prego.
Forgive me. I have a hard time remembering that Italian gibberish.
Da Firenze. The city where I was born.
Ah, yes. So, by your custom, I would be Yusuf Kazim da Istanbul. I like that.
Istanbul. Yet another name for this city.
Evet, it's a local favorite. Come, Mentor da Firenze. I will show you around.
Yeah, I love at first interaction with Yusuf. Such a great character. He brought a lot of fun into it, and he was still, you know, really badass type of assassin. But yeah, it's great, you know, having a character that's so welcoming and immediately, you know, kind of like introducing us to the city and Brotherhood and everything. And the most important thing of all, the Hookblade. And the Hookblade, as you all know, it has two parts. Yeah, de la la is much better. Ezio Auditore de la la la la. Yeah, I definitely love its introduction and arrival. And it's also such an amazing city. I really like how distinct and unique it is, you know, to AC2 and Brotherhood from, you know, Italian and Rome influence to the Turkish here. Yeah, I love the writing in this game too. There's so many great moments as well. And it's also written by one of my favorite writers within the AC series, which is Darby McDevitt. His first ever game he's worked on was, I think, a side game for, yeah, it was Bloodlines for AC1. And then he's been kind of like with the series since then. But yeah, his main games are Revelations, Black Flag, and Valhalla. Delilah hits hard. Hello, Eline, welcome in. Did you miss the cappuccino? Maybe you did. The coffee latte. Ave de la la la. Exactly. For Ave it should be de saunana. Prince Suleiman. Everyone in the world knew this guy's name in the 16th century. Suleiman the Magnificent, the court in the West, the 10th Sultan of Osman's ever-expanding empire. His fellow Turks were also generous with their praise, though far more practical, calling him Suleiman Kanuni, or the lawgiver. The man responsible for improving the empire's bureaucratic engine, making it run like a well-oiled engine. No small feat for an empire as large as his. But I'm getting ahead of myself, ahead of our present concerns. When Ezio meets Suleiman, he was still a young man with only the faintest hope of ever becoming Sultan, since his father Selim was dead last in the Ottoman hierarchy. So, as befitting a young man of his status and stature, Suleiman threw himself into study with little thought of ever becoming Sultan himself. He was educated at the university in Istanbul and received private tutoring in Topkapi Palace. Little else is known about his early years, except that he was a kind and a thoughtful man, and that he had a servant named Ibrahim whom he considered his best friend. By the time Suleiman was 17, however, Bayezid had recognized his grandson's talent and intelligence and installed him as the governor of a large region north of the Black Sea. Over the next few years, Suleiman would hold a number of similar positions until 1520, when an unexpected tragedy robbed his father of a sultanate. Suleiman, aged 26, took the throne, a position he would hold for almost 50 years. No pacifist, however, Suleiman would expand the Ottoman Empire's stance to its furthest points, and by the end of his rule, the lands under his command stretched from Algeria to the Persian Gulf and from Austria down to Egypt. But for all of his expansionist desires, he was a tolerant man too, and realized that the only way to keep an empire as large as his together was to honor the cultures, traditions, and religions of those living under his auspices. Meant Cappadocia instead of cappuccino. Well, we definitely haven't been to Cappadocia yet. That's a long way still to go. Indeed, Demeter, Ave de Sauna. Sounds like a ripoff of Michael de Santa. The knockoff version. A warm welcome. Master Assassin Yusuf Tazim has welcomed you to Constantinople and would like to give you a tour. Get to know him and the city. Those think, do not wander far away from Yusuf.
Welcome to Galata district.
Yusuf Tazim. Abstergo has some data on this guy gathered a few years back. Okay, hold on. So I would consider this to be more like a lore entry, honestly. However, it kinda talks about some wars though and historical events, so maybe it's still historically relevant actually. But yeah, I mean, they kind of say there's not a lot about him in standard history books, because he's, you know, a fictional character. But yeah, I think there's still some relevant parts later, so let's have a look. So Yusuf Tazim was a Turk born in Bursa around 1467, but he was raised in Constantinople from the age of 8 by his mother. His father was an assassin, and presumably that's how Yusuf became one too. But there's no mention of what happened to Papa Tazim. Was he killed? Did he desert the family? Your guess is as good as mine. By the time he was 17, Yusuf was well known around the city as a rebel rouser and a petty thief. But a chance meeting with the legendary vizier Ishak Pasha changed all that. Ishak was an assassin too, operating in the Sublime Port right under the Bayezid II's nose. It was Ishak who had defeated Vlad Tepes and later brokered the tentative truce between Ottomans and assassins. By the late 1480s, he was busy recruiting open-minded citizens of the empire to his order's cause. Yusuf was taken with Ishak's charisma and easy manners of leading, and so joined the assassins just before his 20th birthday. From there, Yusuf's rise was swift and assured, and by 1500 CE, citizens? He had made quite a name for himself. In 1502, Yusuf met with a contingent of Venetian assassins in Greece, and in a joint effort to steer the Ottoman-Venetian war to a peaceful end. These efforts appear to have paid off, for in 1503 the fighting stopped, ushering in a brief era of peace on the Ottoman Empire's western border. Perhaps made complacent by the assassins' successes in keeping the peace, Sultan Bayezid II grew soft in his final decade, preferring his mystical texts and alchemical experiments to governing. This suited the assassins just fine, for a Dao peace was preferably to endless war and imperial expansion. But following the earthquake in 1509, a new threat appeared in Constantinople, Templars fighting under the old Byzantine crest. Stirring from years of relative calm, Yusuf once again roused his assassins to begin the long and difficult fight ahead.
Citizens.
Citizens. That citizen was so good.
Citizen.
Citizen. Basically Turkish Ezio. Yeah, a little bit. We definitely have a few things in common.
For centuries, it has been a home to orphans from Europa and Asia alike. You won't find more diversity anywhere else in the city. And for that reason, assassins make it their home.
I would like to see where.
Kesinlikle. The Brotherhood is always eager to meet the man who put the Borgias out to pasture.
Oh. Does everyone in this city know I'm here already?
Well, your Holy Land tussle with the Templars did not go unnoticed.
When I first set out, violence was so far from my mind. I sought wisdom. The contents of Altair's library.
Not realizing it has been sealed for 3 centuries?
No, I assumed as much. But I never expected to find Templars guarding it.
Very troubling, no? 5 years ago, Templar influence here was minimal. A small faction with dreams of restoring the Byzantine throne. But they're growing in number, day by day. And with Sultan Bayezid on his way out, they may try something dramatic.
Is there no heir to the Ottoman throne?
Not just one, 2 angry sons. It's a familiar pattern.
Assassino.
When the Sultan calls, the princes draw their swords.
That cough that Yusuf does just always cracks me up.
Citizen.
Citizen Assassino. Citizen Assassino.
Between the Templars and the Ottomans, you must stay busy.
Ezio, I barely have time to polish my blade.
Talk about convenient timing.
Master at work. I must remember that. More Templars! Look sharp! No. Watch.
Byzantium is dead, as are you.
The whole city wakens to welcome you, Ezio.
Okay, this is pretty much the same database entry
Regents, now the rats.
as an AC2 in Brotherhood.
A special loathing for these Byzantine thugs. That gives us some breathing room.
How much?
Just a little. They'll still kill you if you look at them wrong. But they will feel bad about it later.
Touching.
It's not so bad, really. For the first time in many decades, the assassins had a strong presence here. It wasn't always that way. Under the Byzantine Emperor, the assassins were hunted down and killed on the spot.
Yeah, Amida. Citizen, you're not supposed to be up here. Get down, now.
We're almost there.
That's kind of funny when, you know, Ezio's being addressed as a citizen. I also like to do that to Arno in Unity a lot. The brutes. In general, the amount of citizens you hear in Unity is just next level.
This way.
But yeah, I guess it makes sense, you know, considering the importance of a citizenry at the time.
Mentor, say hello to your extended family.
Salute a voi, assassini. It is an honor to find such fast friends so far from home.
You see, brothers? Our mentor is not afraid to weep openly in front of pupils.
Do not worry. I will not make a habit out of it.
Ezio and I were ambushed on the way here. I'd like some of you to do a sweep of the area. HANGMAN! And you, Ezio. Your weapons and armor are in a pitiful state. Maybe find some money and repair what you can. There is a blacksmith nearby. He's a friend.
Buona idea.
Upgrade and explore. Ezio's equipment is not in a good condition. Explore Galata district and upgrade his equipment. Yeah, Unity is next level when it comes to that. I mean, there's like a co-op cutscene where you hear Citizen like 10 times in a minute or something of a cutscene. Yeah, Mida. I think there's like 50 to 100 different Citizens that I ended up recording from my playthrough, like different versions of Citizen that I recorded. Not all of them were like the best quality because sometimes I had to like trigger certain events or it had like other noises on top, but there were some good ones I've gotten for sure. AC Citizen. It's gotta be a game in the future. You place a regular citizen. Best gameplay ever. You play the NPC this time and you see the assassin causing havoc in the city. Also, Dr. Darling, thank you for summoning the German. Crocodiles, where's your hookblade? The hookblade has two parts, the hook and the blade. Crocodiles, wo ist deine Hakenklinge? Die Hakenklinge hat zwei Bestandteile, den Haken und die Klinge. The Galata Tower. Built by Genoese settlers in 1348 as an expansion of a colony on the north shore of the city, Galata Tower was a key component to a larger defensive structure, most of which had been dismantled by the time of the Ottomans. In the 17th century, the tower is purported to have served as a launch point for one of the earliest sustained, unpowered attempts at human flight. According to reports from a traveling historian, a man named Herzafin Ahmed Chelebi strapped himself into a homemade glider one fine day in 1632 and threw himself off the tower's cornice. According to this one and the only eyewitness, Herzafin's flight took him over Galata and across the Bosphorus waterway, where he landed safely on the shores of the Asian continent. Awed by his apparently supernatural abilities, the Sultan Murad paid Herzafin a fat bag of gold coins, then banished him to Algeria, where he died some years later. It's like, pay him off so he leaves you alone because the supernatural abilities frighten you or something. Later in the 18th century, the Ottomans began using the tower to spot fires in and around the city, but by the late 20th century, the only fires of any concern to visitors of Galata Tower were those burning up the floors of a nightclub built at the tower's apex. That's right, dinner and dancing for a modest price, high above the world. A far cry from the rather staid impulses of the Middle Ages, no? Waiting for Excel so I can translate the entire game. Yeah, I hope there's lots of German in it, because it would be quite fun to, you know, kind of like dive deep into it and be able to maybe explain some stuff that wouldn't be noticeable to non-German speaking people. But yeah, I'm looking forward to actually get some first proper information on the game by Ubisoft directly. Because apart from the announcement, we haven't really had much to go by yet.
I have got great metalwork here.
Come, distinguished. Only the height of the smith yards are available here. If you've no stomach for luxury, you had best turn away.
Sorry, that was on my end. Ja, ja, sehr gut. Sehr gut, ja, ja. Alles gut, ne?
Praise the heavens! We feared we had lost our mentor to the vices of the big city.
I am content with my own vices, grazie.
So, what's on your mind, Ezio?
Tell me more about the Templars. You call them Byzantines. The Byzantine Empire was overthrown 60 years ago.
These men are remnants of a line loyal to the cause of the last emperor, Constantine XI. Who leads them now, however? I cannot say.
Capisco. I suppose it is up to me to find out.
Ezio, where is your HOOKBLADE?
My HOOKBLADE?
You've never seen one? I grew up using these.
Show me how it works.
The HOOKBLADE. Follow Yusuf to learn how to use your new HOOKBLADE. Full sync, perform every HOOKBLADE move successfully at least once. Ja, ja, ding dong. The most German words ever. Ding dong. Ding-a-ding. Hex has been put on a big postponement. Unfortunately, probably not gonna be released in 2026. Yeah, I have a feeling it might also take longer. I mean, according to some internal emails and stuff, it seems like they want to take a bit more time to really make sure that the releases aren't, you know, a fail. Because if they are, then that might have more negative repercussions than just releasing the game earlier. Is he gonna save a thing? He might. Or is he? Your combo blade is curved into the left. It's in quite an interesting design for sure.
Think of the HOOKBLADE as an extension of yourself, Ezio. Think I cannot make this one? Didn't break a sweat!
Yusuf's laugh is just the best.
Here, come on. What a skilled athlete.
Such beautiful music.
Watch and learn, Ezio. We call this a hook and run. Sprint at your opponent, and just as you reach him, use the hook blade to slip by. Harika!
There's also a hook and throw. But you only need to like tap the B button essentially.
The standard Ottoman hook blade has two parts, you see. The hook and the blade. So you can use one or the other. An elegant design. How about a bigger challenge?
Va bene, let's go.
A view from Galata.
I want to see the Alliance map.
Do I? Is it time yet? Should I maybe abandon Revelations and just do a 100% Valhalla playthrough? I'm sure you guys would love to see another one, wouldn't you? I mean, it's not like we played like so much Valhalla already, right? Not like it's, you know, my most played game of the last 5 years or so.
Buffoon!
I'm sure especially Dr. Darling would love to see one. For another 200 hours. You would, Aura? Well, it's good to hear that at least someone would, you know, like to see some Valhalla again. I feel like that might be the minority, but I appreciate it, Aura. Yeah, so I don't blame you either. I really like Valhalla a lot, but yeah, that's a long one. You wanna see Shay McCormick? Yeah, we're just like another 250 years or so away from that, I think. So still a ways to go. But yeah, the next person we're gonna be seeing will be the Chinese assassin, Shao Yun. Valhalla for the win. Ava would rejoice. Yeah, Ava was great. It's been cool also seeing Silva play through the game, or at least I saw him play for most of it. Okay, so here for the first thing we have to climb the tower in under 60 seconds. Sounds good, Oliver. You have a good night, dude. Thank you for being here. And hope you have a good day tomorrow.
That's right. Let the hook blade do the work.
Catch you next time.
İşte böyle. Throw yourself into it.
Yeah, it would be cool to see, Amita. I would have loved a full game for Cha Yun. You know, maybe instead of Chronicle China even. It was definitely like a setting I would have loved to see, you know, in a proper 3D world as well. And she's also, you know, a pretty cool character in terms of her style. I mean, the foot blade alone. And the fact she's so agile and, oh no. Well, if I put myself up there, then I guess it would have gotten the objective. That's the thing when you get into like a talking mode, when you have timers. Kinda forgot about that one. But at least I can finish talking now, I guess. Might as well wait here for a second. But yeah, I would have loved to see a full game with her. Requiescat in pace. Cheers, Oliver. Thank you, dude. Until next time, have a good night. Yeah, for sure, Amita. It would have been great if I had the resources, you know, to realize the game. It wouldn't have to even be like on a super, you know, grand scale or anything. You know, Revelations was also pretty, you know, small scale and a pretty short project of like, you know, only 10 months development time or so. Would have been cool.
That's right. Let the HOOKBLADE do the work. İşte böyle. Throw yourself into it.
Okay, this time let's actually climb up here.
Welcome to Constantinia, Ezio, the crossroads of the world. Many generations of men have ruled the city, but they have never subdued her. She always bounces back.
It seems a fine place to call home.
It is. Race you to the bottom?
I feel like in many ways, you know, Ezio is also reminded by his brother, Federico. The relationship that Yusuf and he kind of like develop and already, you know, how they're hitting off. Definitely for me feels very reminiscent of, you know, the start of AC2 and spending time with Federico. What was kind of cool about Xiao Yun's backstory, I think, was the fact that she, you know, had to work as a concubine and dancer. It actually influenced the way she did fight back later, you know. Her agility and all that was like a great boon to her combat and, you know, movement style. So I kind of liked how in the database I kind of talk about, you know, that and how she used it like as a weapon essentially. Yeah, that's true. You know, Mirage was also not like a full title in that sense, you know, like at least not a full price title with not the same budget and team size. So as a smaller scale project, you know, could have really worked.
I'm impressed, Yusuf. My brothers in Roma would like this.
Just give credit where it is due.
Yusuf, çabuk buraya gel.
Huh?
An attack on two fronts, Galata and the Grand Bazaar.
Every day, the same bad news. How is your appetite for swordplay?
I do what I must.
Good man.
I do what I must. Advanced tactics. Word has reached Yusuf that the Templars are attacking two separate assassin dens. Follow Yusuf while he conceives a plan. Full sync, perform a zipline assassination.
Absolutely beyond my comprehension.
When he tires of running, an assassin must take to the air. Watch.
I really like the inclusion of the zip lines here. you know, give another use to the Hookblade traversal-wise, and by kind of like skipping parkour in a way, you know, I feel like it really feels more part of it. It's such a nice way to gain some distance. It's also not guaranteed, like, if you have a high notoriety, I believe, people will start destroying them. And you can actually stop them from doing that. Indeed, yeah, there's a whole like tower defense kind of like mini game. The den defense.
A Templar scout. And another there. Watch this. Assassin! Help!
I gotta love Yusuf. It's definitely an interesting choice, you know, of a kind of like side game to put into Assassin's Creed. I don't really mind it personally, you know. Definitely suits into Ezio's role of like a mentor and commanding his brotherhood. But also not something I like to spend like tons of time on either. Like every now and then I don't mind it, but not really what I play the games for, I guess.
Time to part company. I'll head to the bazaar. You stay here. Do you see that tower?
See. The Galata Den.
Evet. I can't be in two places at once, but with you here, I don't have to be. Haydi rastgele.
Unebuk, Sheriff Usta. Is Yusuf with you?
An attack in this city demands his attention. What is our situation?
We beat back the Vanguard, but they are sure to send more troops.
Are your men ready for another fight?
They are now.
On the defense. The Templars are preparing to attack the Galata Assassin Den. Lead your fellow assassins in its defense.
Right decision, Gerech.
I need the highest of precisions here.
Hail to you, Osiris. Your limbs are lasting. You do not know corruption.
Defend that area.
It's time to become motionless like Osiris. No worries, Dr. Darling. Thank you so much for being here and for joining us tonight. I hope you have a good rest and a good sleep. And let me also join you there with the Osiris song.
There are no worms with you. You are not repugnant. There are no worms with you. You are not repugnant.
Yeah, there really are no worms within you. That's good news, I guess. Woo, Den Defense. The most exciting game of all. Yeah, no worries, Dr. Darling. Definitely better to go to bed before, you know, that happens. That's not gonna be the best of sleeps, you know. Waking up on a keyboard and your face might also look a bit funny in the morning.
Make your stand there. I need you to hold that point. Make your stand there. Make your stand there. Secure that point. Right there.
For some reason I can't loot them. I thought you could. But maybe you can't in this introduction level.
Make your stand there. Make your stand there. I need you to hold that point.
Because usually you can get some morale and, you know, additional kind of stuff from looting them. Okay, now I can loot. Nice.
Secure that point. Make your stand there.
That's true, yeah, the soundtrack definitely is good. Good part of this game mode.
Defend that area. Make your stand there. Right there! I'm going back to selling fish. I need you to hold that point. Hold there. Make your stand there. Make your stand there. Secure that point. I need you to hold that point. Defend that area. Hold there.
That is the big guns. %69%. Nice. Indeed, Eline. That wasn't too bad.
Send word if the Templars regroup. I will be with Yusuf at the Grand Bazaar then.
Take a ferry across the Halij. It's the fastest way to the peninsula.
But first, let me get the viewpoint here. Let me have a look into the bazaar. There might be some items for me to loot. Some bomb ingredients. We can't make use of them yet, but we will very soon. And what many don't know is that bomb ingredients are actually a really good way to make money in this game. So, you know, if you get to a point where looting bomb ingredients basically means you're like 4 ready, that's a good time to actually go to Piri Reis, the bomb expert, I guess. For which you can, for whom you can do tons of missions around the bombs. And different types of them, and you can actually sell the ingredients to him, and it nets you like a lot of money. More than a regular, you know, max payout at a bank might be sometimes. Depending, you know, how much you're selling. But it's a tactic I had to employ in my 100% run, because on PC there's a really weird bug where your income gets reset by certain actions in the game. So I would sometimes go like hours without getting any bank, you know, return. And that's of course the main way of making money in these games, especially if you're actively spending it. So that was a good way to make money. Okay, there's actually a difference here with the bankers and the banking system in Constantine. You think you maybe used one bomb during your playthrough? And that was probably the bomb that was required as part of the main story. I definitely get it. On my first time playing, I wasn't too fond of the bombs either, and I didn't really use them that much. But now I'm kind of loving the system, I have to say, and the customization behind it. How I can change the radius, the impact level, and the type. Especially fun to use sometimes is the one that causes lamb blood to be spread across people. Making them believe that someone is actually like, you know, heavily injured or something, and just freaking them out. But the effect you can do stuff like this is kind of definitely unique to other bombs in the AC games. Due to a few tenets of Islamic law, specifically the injunction against charging interest for profit, modern banking as we now know it today was not officially endorsed by Ottoman authorities until the middle of the 19th century. In its place was a quasi-religious network of wakifs, moneylenders who were required to spend all their interest earned on social and religious programs. Non-Muslim populations were exempt from these strictures, however, which led to the early formation for more familiar banking operations, especially in Galata, where enclaves of Greeks, Jews, and Armenians flourished. It also makes sense for the assassins to kind of like have their main base there, you know, in a district where lots of cultures could live together. It would have been cool if you get to see more of that, you know. Like there was a noticeable Jewish community at the time. But you don't really get to see that much of it in the game. But it's definitely also a challenge, you know, like representing so many different cultures. Especially when you have like 10 months to make a game. You like the Caltrops bombs? Those are also quite fun, for sure. It's the walk on Lego bomb, essentially.
Efendim çok iyi görünüyor. They will reopen the old mill. You are not supposed to be.
On the attack. The Galata Den is now secure, but Yusuf has not returned from his fight. Go to the Imperial North Den near the bazaar to find him. Full sync, do not create any conflict in the Imperial North District. The Phosphorian and Neorian harbors. Two small ports on the northern edge of Constantinople's peninsula, nestled in the Golden Horn's estuary. In the Byzantine era, both ports would have benefited from the protection offered by the great chain strung across the mouth of the Golden Horn, which Ezio later also destroys, and is kind of like essential in the protection of a certain part of the city. Another questionable thing that Ezio has done. Raid. Hello there, Alice. Welcome in. And thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? How was the stream tonight? I hope you had a good time. And thank you so much everyone for joining. Hello there, Mita. Welcome in. Long time no see. Welcome back, dude. And welcome back as well, Ave. How's it going? Not as good as a sauna raid. Well, I don't know about that. I think Alice raid is pretty amazing. Hello there, Des. Welcome in, dude. Good evening. Hello there, Fecken? Is that right? Welcome in. How's it going? And Alice, thank you again so much for the raid. How was your stream today? You played a racing game? Oh, nice. Let me see which one it was. Oh, it's just games and demos. Never mind. But yeah, if you don't mind telling me, I love racing games, so... Yeah, did you like try like a demo of an upcoming game or something? Oh yeah, Mita, it's been like ages, hasn't it? Like light years. Hello Vaskar, welcome in as well, dude. Good evening. Look at all these sweets. It's the Swedish invasion of Germany. So it's Ofek then. Thank you, Des, for clearing that up. Gear Club 2. Oh, I haven't heard of that game yet. Is it like more of an arcade racing game, or is it more of the realistic kind of like simulator based level? But yeah, so for anyone that didn't come in with a raid, if you haven't checked out Alice channel yet, there's a link in chat and a shout out. Yeah, Alice has been playing quite a few cool different games, among them Witcher 3, which I think is your first time playing the game, isn't it? But yeah, that's been really cool seeing you play that as well. Mario Kart Wii. I mean, that's a pretty good racing game. I've been playing around with it recently when I set it up on the Wii U for Levy. We've been playing quite a bit Mario Kart 8 recently, actually, together. And yeah, it's going pretty good, Scar. Thank you for asking. We've been making a start on Revelations tonight as part of our Historical Order run. And yeah, similar to Brotherhood, we're playing pretty much all the missions of the game with all the optional objectives as like a bit of a challenge. And yeah, we're also focusing on the history behind the game. So we're reading all the database entries that give us some insight about, you know, certain events, conflicts, buildings, and yeah, all the history behind that. Yeah, Ave, getting like literally raided. Not figuratively. A whole 5 minutes. Hey, that can be an eternity. Sometimes. IKEA is already in Germany. Yeah, and it's huge in Germany. There's like IKEAs everywhere. I think in Berlin alone, there's like 4 different IKEAs or something. And they're not like, you know, small either. Got a question for me, what's on the TV show front? Well, we did finish Severance with season 2, and since we still have Apple TV for like a couple more days or weeks, because we have like 3 months, you know, test phase or something, we decided to start another Apple TV show, which was The Studio, which I think I told you about. The one from Seth Rogen. We ended up kind of dropping that though because we didn't enjoy it like a whole lot. At least the way it was kind of progressing. So we decided to start another show, and that's Ted Lasso. I'm not sure if you heard about it, but it's a show by the guy behind Scrubs and Shrinking. It's essentially about a football coach from America that gets invited to England to coach a Premier League football club. But the only reason he gets hired is because the person in charge of the club wants to destroy the club pretty much, out of like a petty vengeance. But then it turns out actually working out in some weird way, even though, you know, they don't have like a lot of success in like sports, you know, he still kind of like ends up leaving a mark on the club in a positive way. So it's like a kind of like comedy vibe, I guess, but also has some really like sincere and, you know, funny, kind of like, yeah, heart-rending moments. And is honestly like one of the best shows I've watched recently. So yeah, Ted Lasso has really surprised me a lot. But I guess it helps that I, you know, really like the whole thematic around football already. So that definitely helps. Thank you for the lurk, Des. Appreciate it. Yeah, I guess one could see that, you know, being the case with like OFEC, kind of like supposed to mean something different. Möbot. The Swedish Mafia is here. Better hide your Swedish meatballs. That's no worries, Alice. Thank you so much again for the raid. I hope you have a good night and a good rest. Catch you next time, and yeah, have a good one. Yes, we didn't finish the studio, but I intend on maybe finishing it on my own time. But yeah, the studio was kind of like a bit stressful to watch. You know, there was like no real breaks or like dynamic changes, I guess, and it kind of suited the series because, you know, the main character's in like constant stress being like a studio runner, right? Like that's kind of the point of it. But there wasn't really like a super enjoyable watch, I guess, in the evening, or what we kind of like were into at the time. I might still come back to finish the series because I didn't think it was like bad or anything. Just wasn't really our vibe at that point. But yeah, Ted Lasso, great show. So yeah, Aura wrote it in chat again, Saint, the message above you. But that's Ted Lasso. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Aura. It definitely seems like, you know, it really is a nice combination between like the American perspective and the, you know, British perspective in a way. And I think it was actually a good call, you know, because that way you have like people who can kind of like relate to either side, you know. Because it's definitely a bit of like a, you know, cultural clash sometimes. But I could see that maybe, I mean, I'm only like, you know, theorizing, but I could see that maybe being like part of the reason. Oh yeah, I did, Ave. Yeah, I saw that earlier on Reddit. I think there was like a post where they are talking a bit about the technical details for like Unreal Engine 5. Is it? The one they're using for the game? They're gonna be like probably maybe like release a trailer showcasing some technical features. No worries, Ofek. Thank you so much for being here as well and for joining us with the raid. Hope you also have a good rest of your day or night. And yeah, catch you another time. Have a good one. Score, thank you for using your bits for Scar to enlarge that emote. I love that emote. I do actually also have it. At least if my sub didn't run out. There you go. Scar. Or Score, I guess. You've never really been interested in football, so I doubt that would be something for you, but you're glad to hear I'm enjoying it. You have literally nothing to watch right now and it's driving you insane. That's understandable. Yeah, I mean, maybe the studio could be something for you. I think it's interesting if you're like interested in, you know, Hollywood and into like, you know, filmmaking and stuff. Kind of like the stories behind that. But yeah, it's not really a chill watch, I don't think. But yeah, another show I think I told you about was Shrinking, which I can write in chat again. And that's the other show by the same showrunner behind Ted Lasso. And that one was also really good and definitely much more of a chill watch. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough too. You know, sometimes it depends like what actually, you know, brings you in a chill mood as well. So if it's like, you know, heavy metal and like bloody battles, then
Come meet my new friend.
That's definitely understandable too.
You fight like a man late for his own wedding.
See, by about 25 years.
I was too late to save the bazaar then, unfortunately. But now that my army has doubled in size, We'll take it back together. This way! When the Templars take control of a district, they flaunt their presence. Hanging banners, extorting the merchants. It's a constant battle to keep them at bay. And they rub our noses in every victory.
They are quite bold. Why does the Sultan tolerate this?
Sultan Bayezid is far away, Ezio. Warring with his son Selim, many Fersa northwest of the city. He has been away for years, at least since the earthquake, and maybe even before. He is blind to all this turmoil.
Ah, but your eyes are open, see?
Hem defal, Tashigibi. Believe it.
I think Severance might also be something for you, Ave. It's a really intriguing story and a lot of like what the fuck moments. If you like more surreal kind of like, you know, settings.
Too many to engage directly.
I am not confident a smoke bomb will help us here.
Smoke bomb? Ezio, it's time you Italians joined the 16th century. These do not obscure. They distract.
I should leave.
You see? They can't resist. Let's move.
You are full of surprises today.
Crafting explosives is a new hobby. One we borrowed from the Chinese and have taken to with great passion.
You will have to teach me.
Who is the mentor here, Ezio? I'm beginning to wonder.
Smoke bomb. They're not quite up to date at this point, according to Yusuf. The smoke bombs. I don't know, smoke bombs are quite overpowered, even during the French Revolution.
Your turn. Make me proud.
But yeah, I think you would enjoy that setting. It's definitely very unique, and I wouldn't really say it's like a show that you've probably seen like this yet.
There they go. Hurry, we're nearly there.
Smoke bombing for Paris. Yeah, just use like the Sancelot bell that lets you hold like 10 smoke bombs or something.
This is another of our many dens, taken by Templars, as you can see. Somewhere among this rabble is a Templar captain. Kill him, then climb the tower and light our signal fire. This warns the Templars that it is time to pack up and go.
Bene, you create a distraction. I will send them home.
Yusuf's animation looked very natural there.
Bene. Now I have a way back up in case I fall.
Bene. The way back up in case I fall.
It's you over here. Whenever the Templars commandeer one of our dens, they leave a captain in charge. Search the area carefully, and you might see him strutting about like a peacock.
Okay, can I still not be detected here? No, just the Imperial North district, right, so... mean, it's the Imperial District, yeah. Not sure if it's like the northest, but I guess we're gonna try to be stealthy still. Yeah, for sure, Ave. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you really have like a gap and there's like nothing you can really think of watching, I think Severance could be really interesting and unique, you know, watch of something you haven't really seen like that before. And it will also take you a bit to go through it. I mean, it's only 2 seasons so far, but you know, the episodes are definitely on the longer side overall. Like at least 40 minutes and sometimes longer. We're just gonna watch it in like 2 days then. 1 season per day. Yeah, definitely been there. Like I could have done that with Breaking Bad or something. Or like a really good sitcom or something.
I'm seeing very strange activity in the Animus.
Oh?
The CPU should be fairly idle, but the system monitor is spiking regularly, sometimes as high as 85%.
Is it serious?
I'm not sure. Desmond's signs are stable.
Well, if there isn't a problem, let's not try to fix anything.
Fair enough. God, I need a drink.
Desmond, think about this. What if I went with you?
With me? Where?
It could work. Just for a while. Until I found a way out. Another body, maybe, or I don't know. I don't want to be here anymore.
That's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
No. I guess I had my chance. And I wasted it.
Were they close? Desmond and Lucy? I mean, closer than friends?
Well, there was the occasional misty-eyed moment, but,
She liked him, Bill. That's what she told me. Interesting.
that's it? Just interesting?
I spent a lot of time training each of them when they were younger. She was a remarkable woman. I just find this whole situation quite sad.
Sad? Are you finally getting soft on us, Bill?
Half of a year right there. Yeah, William Miles, he's like a Pava straight out of a children's book. Clearly. see very strange activity in the Animus. Oh, sorry, that was me. Sorry, that was me again. Yeah, pretty much, Ave. It's like, what would you think about us just merging our consciousness? That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? She's describing what it's like to be a streamer when you get high CPU usage. It's like, Monka, please don't crash on me. Yeah, poor, sweet, innocent Lucy, isn't she? Never in a million years she would have deserved to die there. She never would have caused any harm upon any other. Never ever. It was really well done, Ave. You know, I quite liked how it also played with the player bit, you know, how much you embraced or kind of like rejected Johnny, you know. Like, for example, when I was playing Cyberpunk, I was quite critical and not so on board with like a lot of the things, you know, Johnny stood for or like has done. But yeah, you know, I was still very conflicted about the character. Like, there were many things I could totally get behind and understand where it's coming from. But just, I don't know, I love it about CDPR's writing, you know, how characters are just flawed, you know, and it's not like one is like the hero of a story and one is like the villain. It's not like as easy as that sometimes.
You may have crushed my soul, but you will never have my boots.
My boots? You mean like this boot? Yeah, you're never gonna have that one. So I got the Nomad ending, I think that's what it's called. I joined the kind of like group in society and I just left, you know, Night City behind. But I definitely go for another ending the next time. I quite liked it. I thought it was really fitting for the type of character I played, I guess. You know? But yeah, I would look forward to try another type of character. I would also like to change the gender for my replay. Like the first time I chose male V. On my replay I would like to choose female. Like to hear the voice acting, and also it does change some of your relationships, I believe. And possibilities. So yeah, I think I would go for female V on my next time playing. How's it going, Absolution, by the way? We got the saddest of endings ever. I haven't even seen all the endings. I mean, I looked like up some of them just to see what alternatives I would have had, but I didn't really look into detail with a lot of them either. Like, not like every detail, and I didn't like watch them all. So some of it is still unknown to me, like what could actually potentially happen. But yeah, so I won't be jumping back into the Animus, or at least into this simulation inside the Animus tonight anymore. We're gonna start sequence 3 the next time we're playing Revelations. But it was good to make a start on the game and, you know, get through the first 2 sequences. That's definitely good progress. Once we get to sequence 3, and we've played for the first 3 main missions, we're gonna definitely focus a lot more on the side stuff all. Because then we're gonna work on the Brotherhood and, you know, getting all the assassin dens unlocked and all the assassins recruited and stuff. So the next stream is already gonna focus quite a bit more on the side content. And honestly, like, most of the side content will be taken care of in sequence 3 and 4, and then it's gonna be almost only main story left at that point. So yeah, I feel like this playthrough is definitely gonna be shorter than Brotherhood for sure. There's just not the same amount of like content in it. But yeah, let me go ahead and quit. All the endings are good. Yeah, I definitely don't doubt that they're all like, you know, well written and kind of like fitting depending on the choice you make. No worries for the stream, Aura. Thank you for being here. You too, Saint. Thank you for being here and catch you next time. I'm still a bit curious why they write 1511 to 1514, because according to my timeline of Ezio, the last memory with Ezio takes place in 1512, and more specifically in May of 1512, yet they say it goes until 1514. And then also they say lineage takes place between 1459 to 1476, but that's also not the case. 1459 is the birth year of Ezio, but that happens in AC2. And then all the events of lineage transpire in like 1476, like shortly before the events of AC2. So it's kind of weird that even in, you know, the main menu of the Ezio collection, they don't get the dates or years right. But I really wonder where the 1514 comes from. That's like 2 more years. Like double the amount of years than the game actually takes place in. But yeah, that's definitely, I found a bit curious. When Ubisoft can't even get their own dates, you know, straight. Cheers, Ava, for not spoiling anything. But yeah, I can imagine, especially if it's like, you know, one of the saddest endings. And that's the verse for stream, Ava Ave. Thank you also for being here. And yeah, thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight for the start of Revelations. We're gonna continue with this likely on Wednesday, unless I, you know, have the energy tomorrow evening to do like another shorter session. But Wednesday is gonna be like a proper daytime stream and also on the longer end for sure. So yeah, I plan on making a good amount of progress with the game. And yeah, bringing us closer to finishing the Ezio collection. And after the Ezio collection is finished, we're gonna make a start on... Actually, it's not gonna be Chronicle China directly. We're gonna start with Pentiment first. A game by Obsidian Entertainment. Actually behind the Outer Worlds and some of the Fallout games. But yeah, they made like a kind of like narratively driven, you know, RPG in a way that takes place in like southern Germany and Bavaria. And it's more like a detective mystery solving in a way, but it's really good. Really well written, and how they created the world, especially on the historical side of things. So very much looking forward to play Pentiment in the future. It's gonna be my first time playing it on stream, but I have actually played it off stream at some point. But yeah, that game actually takes place over like at least 30 years, so Chronicles China is actually gonna fall in between the game. So I have to do a bit of research for Pentiment to see when, you know, it actually takes place with certain parts of the game. So I can time it right. Good night, Scar. Catch you next time, dude. Supposedly the ending you got is called Temperance. You just want to have a look at which different endings were available, and to be honest, there were quite many. Yeah, I think there's like 4 or 5. Also even more than that. Hello there, Babs. Welcome in. Good evening. You've shown up just in time to raid out. Perfect timing, isn't it? Well, thank you so much for joining us, Babs. I really appreciate it. And I hope you had a good evening thus far. But yeah, let's see if I can find someone we could raid tonight. Not sure who's online, actually. Yeah, not many on my end, honestly. I'm gonna have a look if anyone is streaming Revelations or Whoops, that was double. Or like another AC game. Okay, I think I found someone we could raid, someone new, who's also playing Revelations. They're quite close to finishing the game, actually. They call themselves small streamer, but they have almost 300 followers, actually. And they like Pokemon, Final Fantasy, Zelda, and card games. But right now they're playing some Assassin's Creed and doing like a... Yeah, they're doing a first playthrough of the game, so I'm gonna check that out and see how they're liking it. Oh, very nice, Zomb. I remember you telling me that you really liked Arkham Shadow so much. I wouldn't mind actually, you know, playing that as well at some point. But yeah, is it like a bit flying under the radar or something? Because I don't see it like being talked a lot about either. And that's the verse of a stream, so thank you also so much for being here, dude. So 5 main endings with different variants. Yeah, that's quite a lot, actually. You know, if there's even like variants within those different endings. Thank you for posting the raid emotes into chat as well, Ava. Appreciate that. So if you would like to join us for the raid over to a new streamer who's playing AC Revelations, feel free to copy and paste these raid emotes. I'm sure they would really appreciate meeting some new faces. If you can't make it or you don't want to, that's totally fine too. Either way, appreciate you guys being here and catch you all next time.